Let's talk markets today. And we are starting the week with Mr. Jamiu Mohammed, equities trader with APT Securities and Funds Limited. Mr. Mohammed, the week is starting in green. It seems like they are excited that we now have substantive ministers. How does this come to you?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here on the program. And the market has not responded significantly to that news as far as I'm concerned.
Of course.
Because of the fact.
Go ahead.
Because of the fact that the trend the market has been following is still what we are having today. So the activity in the market today is a bit slower because of the fact that the market traded around almost 4 billion. And that's a bit lower to average day value that we traded around. It used to be around 5 billion or so. So the response, I mean, the way the reaction of the investor has not actually replicated what we have seen at the side of ministers. So as far as we are concerned, the market still relate the way it used to be. Market closed on the green, yes, about 0.7%, and it closed about 65,000 points. And we have a volume of shares traded. We have about 231 million shares traded, worth about 3.99 billion naira stock value that was traded. We have about 31 gainer and 15 losers. And if you look at these activities in the market today, you will see that my banking sector consists about 50% of value trade in the market today. So the issue around minister is still something that people need to look at, and investors will look at what are those policies that are going to be churning out from now. So we're still waiting for the policymaker to start working, to start their activities immediately.
Interesting stuff. But if you're setting an agenda, we've been talking about that all day, and everyone is commending the person of Mr. Wale Edun, who's going to be coordinating minister for the economy and finance. Very quickly, what are your expectations?
Yes, my expectation is also is good, and is also I am optimistic that Mr. Wale Edun, going through his full profile, going into the track record, you know, is somebody that is not new. He's a technocrat by excellence, and we don't seem to be. I don't think. Okay, let me put it in this way. I believe with the kind of record he has, he's an expert, as I've said earlier. But the issue Nigeria is having is structural. And if all those structural issues are not addressed, we may not have two different results from those people that are too much result from what we have currently. But if these structural issues are being addressed squarely, definitely we're going to see a very good result, because of the fact that whenever there's an issue with structure, so they need to work on our system of governance first before they start churning out some of these policies. So all these things as what we are expecting the person in the man in question to come and address. I believe that the structural issue and systemic issue has to be addressed before any other thing. But outside that, I don't think we are going to have something different from what we are having today.
I must thank you so much, and do have a great and profitable week, Mr. Jamiu Mohammed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Well, let's take you outside our shores. Asian stocks stumbled today after China delivered the smaller quote to lending rates than markets had counted on. Continued Beijing's run for disappointingly frugal stimulus steps. Disappointed by the move of China's central bank, Chinese blue chips is 0.4% to the lowest in almost 9 months. Now, MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan slipped 0.4% to a fresh low for the year, added to a 3.9% dive last week. Japan's Nikkei was up 0.4%, though that followed a 3.2% drop last week, Eurostock 50 features and FTSE features both edged up 0.1%, while S&P 500 and Nasdaq features were near flat. New data from Thailand shows that the economy grew at a much slower than expected pace in the second quarter as weak exports and slower investments undercut strength in tourism and prompted the government to downgrade its 2023 growth forecast. The Southeast Asia's second largest economy has been hobbled by slackened global growth, led by its main trading partner China, and failing investors' confidence due to protracted period without government following elections in May. The National Economic and Social Development Council says Thailand gross domestic product grew 1.8% in April to June period for a year earlier, well below 3.1% expansion expected by economists. Thai GDP had risen 2.6% year-on-year in the first quarter, revised down from 2.7% stated earlier. The second quarter was hurt by export volumes, falling 5.7% year-on-year, and dragging manufacturing output down by 3.3%, while government spending also declined 4.3%. China's central bank has cut key interest rates amid concerns about the post-pandemic recovery and of the world's second-largest economy and weakened currency. The People's Bank of China today cut one-year loan prime rate, a benchmark for corporate loans, from 3.55% to 3.45%. The central bank held the 5-year LPR, which is used to price mortgages, steady at 4.2%. China's post-COVID recovery had been hampered by weakening demand for Chinese goods due to uncertain global economic outlook and domestic challenges ranging from slumping property market to a record low birth rate. Today's rate cut was greeted by disappointment by some market analysts who have been holding out hope for bold measures to boost the economy. Social media giant Meta has announced plans to roll out the web version of its microblogging apps, Threads, next week. According to a report by Wall Street Journal, Meta's plan is not yet finalized and it could be changed as countdown to the launch is being waited. The report noted that users can see the Threads post on the web, but access to it is limited as the Threads app is built keeping mobile users in mind. Last week, Threads and Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri confirmed the web version of Threads is being tested internally. Threads witnessed a wild turnout from users during the first days of its launch, as the number of its users exceeded 100 million in less than a week, before the numbers of active users declined and interaction decreased sharply later. And crude oil prices rose today as global supply is tightening with lower exports from Saudi Arabia and Russia. Brent crude is up 0.17% to sell at $81.83. But for other features, as Brent crude is also up 0.65% to sell at $85.35. Bonnie Light is down 0.40%, selling at $86.28. OPEC basket is down 0.91%, selling at $86.17.